What's up, friends? This is Justin with LegendaryKnives.com, and I wanted to come to you today with a very special featured product video. Actually, a featured maker. I can't necessarily call this a product video. You're not going to find this on the LegendaryKnives.com website, at least not yet. This beautiful set is a custom knife set made by maker Dan Sullivan at DSK Tactical. Chances are, if you're a collector in the knife industry or have been around for a while, you have seen Dan's work. He's known for his tactical, brutish style knives, like very tough, very functional folding knives, hardcore, hard use duty grade, fixed blade tactical knives, incredible stuff. But what many collectors don't know is Dan's actually, he's got the capability and talent to mix finesse and premium materials along with his tactical grade knives and folders that he makes. And here we have a perfect set. This perfect set to show that. This set is actually owned by Legendary Knives co-owner Jonathan Grossman, and he had sent them to do some product shots for and to get some videos of so we can do some content for the site. And the reason why is we're going to do a really cool exclusive collaboration with Dan of DSK Tactical, and we're going to do a group of 13 custom knives. So it's going to be 13 custom box sets of knives similar to these. They won't be the same. They're going to be similar in terms of how they're elevated in design and materials. They're going to feature premium exotic steels, all the good stuff. If you want to stay posted with that, make sure to follow us on Instagram or Facebook or here on YouTube, or follow along on the website. Subscribe to our newsletter. That'd be the best place, because then you get to see the drops as they happen, and as the information flows through, you'll get to be the first to be updated with all of that. With that being said, you know what? Let's stop yapping and let's dive in. So here again, we have a a custom box set, if you will, of two knives, of Freyja and a Valkyrie from Dan at DSK Tactical. And man, just check these beautiful knives out. Here he's using a copper Damascus steel, and it's ever so slightly polished. I don't want to say polished. There's still, you can see some belt satin grind lines in the blade on going down to the edge, but it's really nice, very smooth, softened, and both knives feature that. I'm going to set the Valkyrie down and move on to the larger Freyja. And see if I can get that copper to show up in the right light. There we go. It is fantastic. Really cool coloring pulling through on those here with a compound grind on the blade. And again, you see that ever so slight belt satin, but it's almost polished off, but not like a mirror polish. It's really cool how Dan has gone in there. And again, most people know Dan as like a tactical knife guy, and he is. And these things are very functional, but also they're just outstanding everyday carry pieces. They're beautiful knives. I'd almost feel guilty carrying these. They're so nice. With that said, you'll see here on the handle, I believe this is what Dan calls the cluster handle, which is kind of that fragged out, really cool, done by hand, done by himself. Got cool flamed hardware here to match. It's almost like a violet bronze in the hardware. And you see here with the smaller Valkyrie, it's got the name of the knife, actually 2 of 2, with it being a box set. On the reverse side, you see a similar cadence of features, but he did add a little pop of color with the Timascus pocket clips. Now, the Timascus pocket clips are flamed up in a way that they're toned down a little bit. So it's a way of, again, he toes that line of being able to make a flashy knife, but also making it kind of purpose-driven. It's not overly flashy. So nice, classy piece. Excellent action on these, might I add. Very impressive. Compact size on this Valkyrie is amazing. So on this one, you're looking at a 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle with a 7-inch overall length on the knife. So very pocket friendly. Little on the thicker side, I prefer this. Me being a, hardcore Medford collector, I'm a fan of Dan's knives. Dan was Medford people back in the day, branched off on his own and doing incredible work for himself these days. It really talks about the pedigree of some of the makers are turning out over there. But yeah, just a fantastic knife. It's thick, but not too thick. And this Freyja over here is an absolute beast of a knife. And it feels amazing in hand. I don't have weights on these. The only thing I don't have. But here you're looking at a 4.5-inch blade, 5.5-inch handle roughly, and a 10-inch overall length. This one marked as the 1 of 2. But again, you got the thicker kind of blade stock, handle stock on this. Looking at the reverse side, you see a repeat of the same thing. It being a box set, they're matching. And you see kind of ever so slightly, even though it's out of focus, kind of how it plays with the light here. Very cool. And again, just excellent action on these. I was very, very impressed with just how easy it is to flip these. Again, you're looking at the cluster handles, which is like a variation of frag pattern. And I really like how it's, see if I can get it to focus, camera focus. It's almost textured, which I think is really cool. You don't see that often. So it's not textured because of frag, but it's almost like it reminds me of an orange peeled finish, to be perfectly frank. But it just works really well as a contrast against those smooth lines, the milled pattern on the handles. And again, you got that contrast of this almost semi-polished blade and the cool texturing on the handle. So very cool box set. Privileged to be able to go through these with you guys. Dan, you're absolutely crushing it, brother. Excited to see the box sets that we've got going forward, and looking forward to all the new opportunities we're going to be building together in the future. Jonathan, thank you for letting me take a look at these, bro. These are fantastic. I'm going to be honest with you, like, 2 of the best knives I have ever handled. And hands down, the best work I think I've handled from Dan. Though I do know, the only caveat, though I do know he gets better every day with every knife. So just absolutely crushing it over there. You love seeing it. You love seeing the growth in the industry. You love seeing makers just pushing the boundaries of what's possible in this space. So anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to show you guys these knives. They are not available online. If you are interested in them, I bet you money you could probably chat with Jonathan, or if you're curious, shoot us a DM through social media and we'll chat. You might be able to talk him out of them, but that said, they're not available on the website. They're not available online. These are his personal collection pieces. We just wanted to go through these to show you what Dan at DSK is capable of. And, these aren't widely kind of published out there, but man, just incredible knives. They had to be shared with collectors on the internet. I mean, you guys, this is fantastic stuff here. Yes, that's all I got for you today. Incredible knives. Looking forward to bringing you some box sets from Dan in the future. We've got nothing else. Feel free to follow us online. Follow along with our journey with these custom-made box sets we're going to be doing. You can find us on Instagram at Legendary Knives Official, on Facebook at Legendary Knives, and on YouTube also at Legendary Knives. Make sure to subscribe, follow, like, share, help us out. The algorithms suck for knife collecting. If you are a collector or have purchased knives or tried to follow knife counts, you probably already know this because the content is near non-existent in your algorithms. So that said, help support us. We appreciate it. We love you guys. Thank you for all the support already. And look forward to seeing you guys at the 2025 Blade Show in Atlanta coming up very soon. And with that said, be sure to make your next knife legendary.